Hey, how are you guys? Have you ever felt like your head is just not straight when you swim? Or maybe you felt like your head isn't on straight while you swim. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about head position, a little bit how it actually is in swimming, but a lot of it just metaphorically, how it feels when your head's just not on right. Mentally you're just not there as you're approaching a swim, or maybe even in the middle of a swim. I just want to talk to you about some tools that you can use to help you with this. So I know that a lot of you guys have got some anxiety around swimming, so really tune in for this. Okay, so let's imagine you're at the pool and there's one person in each lane and just kind of looking at them swim. How many of them are swimming with their head completely out of the water at your gym on a typical day? And how many of them are pushing their head way up as they swim? So if you watch any of these people as they're swimming there with their heads up, what do you usually notice about the rest of their body? It's being influenced by where their head is, right? Like their legs are low, things are just a little off because their head is like way up and their legs are down. So wherever the head is, the body is going to follow. And so if the head's in the wrong place, the body's going to be the wrong place. So if you have ever swum with a sense of dread or fear or anxiety, maybe you felt that even before you got in, or it kind of came over you as you got in and it just was like not a good swim day, how does your body respond when you are feeling like that? So some of the things that I've seen is people kicking with really stiff legs, and it's kind of just a jitter and not really a good kick. Sometimes I see people kind of thrashing for a breath, like their swim stroke will be real smooth, and then they're getting ready to take a breath and there'll be this crazy arm stroke and there's splashes everywhere, things like that. And they're super focused on making sure they get that breath, and everything else just gets a little crazy. Other people, they're just wiped out by the time they get to the end of the lane, or maybe they quit in the middle. So if you know that if you're just not at home in the water, not feeling good about where you are, it makes it really hard to swim. So a lot of what I've been talking about lately has been focused on deliberate practices that you can bring to your swimming. We talked about having a set that you can do that will help you to increase your muscular endurance. We talked also about how to set up an early vertical forearm catch to make sure that you're getting the most out of the power that your body can get out of the water. And, those are all really wonderful at making you faster, but, sometimes at the pool, you really just need to deal with your head position, whether that's technique-wise, but usually just kind of a mental thing. So if you have a stressful day and you're coming to the pool and all you're feeling is stress, sometimes you want to take that out on the water. Sometimes you do want to work hard to kind of take care of that, but sometimes all you really need is just a mindless swim that feels like a massage. And you need to let yourself do that. If you're in the water and you're moving, you're at least getting some exercise. So it's still going to be a benefit for you. So you don't need to bag it. In fact, it might be helpful. But sometimes you just need to sit in the hot tub. Let's be honest. But yeah, the stress, you just downgrade it to an endurance day is totally fine. So other days you may feel like, man, I'm just feeling really anxious. There's a lot of fear for me in the water right now. And at that point, you just need to let go of any yardage goals you had for the day and try to make it fun. Try to make it relaxing. Try to make it about just exhaling and sighing into the water, maybe doing just a little bit of sculling, even if it's just standing on the bottom of the pool and not moving, just feeling the water and really getting in touch with how you can move the water, how you can move in the water, and just make it about that and not about trying to get any specific work done. Because honestly, learning how to be at home in the water and relax, even when you started off not being relaxed at all, that's a huge benefit. Can you imagine being in a race and getting kicked and then you're just kind of like thrown for a loop, right? Something weird happens. Maybe, I've even heard of people having their goggles fall off. There are definitely ways to keep that from happening. Don't let that be a major fear. But if something happens to you in the water and it throws you off your game, you need to be able to get back in the game. So if you have a way that you can take a day where you just feel like terrible when you get in the water and you can turn it around, you can gradually get quicker and quicker at that reset, and that could help you on a race day if you ever run into trouble. Sometimes you show up at the pool and you're just anxious about the particular set that you planned or that your coach planned for you. And you're just worried about, are you going to be able to do it? You know, it seems like maybe unrealistic expectations, or you're worried about how it's going to come out. You've got all these, you know, pressures that you're putting on yourself about how the set is going to go. So, you know, you just need to release that and set your intention to learn from the process. You want to challenge yourself. You want to do your best. You want to do the intent of the workout, and you just need to let the times go. If you haven't accomplished the intent of the workout and your times were a little bit slow, it's fine. The next time you come to it, you may find that you have the conditioning, you have the mindset that you need to do even better on that workout. So in the meantime, you had a great workout, your body got worked out, your mind, you know, got out of the way, let your body do what it needed to do, and maybe you don't get the time that you want that day, but you can come back to it and try it again. So just let it go, all right? So if you're finding that you're having an issue, like a mindset issue, like every time you come to the pool, you know, I would love for you to give me a call so that we can get to the heart of what's going on with your swimming that's causing you to show up at the pool not ready to do a good swim. If it's just happening now and then, you know, if it was meant to be a hard swim and you need to downgrade it to just an easy endurance day, if it just needs to be a technique day, if you need to bag it, you know, really don't worry about that. And this goes for any sport. If you show up and you do the warm-up and it's just not coming together, whether it's a run or a bike workout or a swim, you can just let it go, all right? So don't get off your game. We all have our off days where we really needed a recovery day. If you don't necessarily program recovery days or even recovery weeks, sometimes life will tell you we needed to take them, and that could be an indication that it's time for you to take a rest day. All right, so I'm gonna give you something here that you can use to set up a really great swim. So we talk a lot, again, about intention, the set, the technique. Now this is the mindset. How do you set your mindset deliberately, intentionally, so that you can have a great swim? So this could be used for any workout. It doesn't have to be a swim, and any task, really. It could be something at work. And so you want to do this before you go to the pool, and then again as you're getting ready to go out on the pool deck. And what it's called is release and set intention. And I learned this from Brendon Burchard. All right, so if you're carrying tension in your mind, in your body, as you are getting ready to get out there and do your thing, then you might want to just sit down for about 60 seconds and release that tension before you move forward. And how do you do this? Well, this could be really simple. You could just sit there and take some deep yoga breaths and time a thought with each exhale, or you could, like Brendon says, repeat the word release to yourself. So on each exhale, you're just going to think about releasing that tension. You let your mind, the thoughts just kind of drift out, and you're going to relax your body. If you come to the water relaxed instead of all worked up, you're going to have a better swim. All right? So once you've released that tension, then you need to set your intention. Why are you there? What are you trying to accomplish? And you can even state this to yourself in the second person if you want to. It sounds a little weird, but if you kind of go out of body a little bit, it can kind of give you a better perspective on yourself if you're coming from outside versus inside, all right? So if I was gonna go do a set, I might come to the pool deck and think to myself, you know, Casey, you're gonna get in the water, you're gonna do this set of 6 200s, you're gonna do them at CSS effort, and you're gonna have good power and a steady, strong cadence all the way to the end of each interval. And you're going to use your warm-up to get ready to swim well and with good energy. You're going to enjoy the feeling of the water and just knowing that you're giving your body a good workout that will prepare you for your next race. So if you keep the rewards internal, some intrinsic benefit that you're going to get from the workout, if you just stay with the intention and you don't necessarily set these scary time goals on yourself, unless that's something helpful to you, go ahead and do it. Then you're gonna get a lot more out of that workout. So you could just show up at the pool and swim. You have no idea what you're gonna do. You're not really thinking about what you're doing as you're doing it. You know, it's gonna give you some sort of benefit. But if you really want to get your head in the game, if you want to swim with purpose, if you want to really prepare for your next race, this is another tool that you can use. So release the tension, set your intention, get out there, have a great swim. So if you feel stuck If your technique is just not quite where you want it to be, you keep on coming back, your head's on right, you're all good, but things are just still feeling not right, or if your times are just not going down, I want you to give me a call. I would love to help you get unstuck. I've got lessons available in Austin, Round Rock, and Waco, and I would love to see you there. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.